Sorry, Ms. Jan Barham. Sorry.
We continually hear in the media that New South Wales, especially Sydney and some key coastal locations like Byron Bay, are in a housing boom. Whenever a celebrity purchases a piece of land or there's a boost in overseas development, we're told that this is a bonus for all of us, a sign that New South Wales is number one. However, measuring progress in such a way ignores the tragic social consequences of unaffordable housing and gentrification, not least the loss of diverse communities. These newly prescribed hotspot locations are old, well-established communities. Many, like Millers Point, have social housing tenants, ageing residents, young families with diverse backgrounds. Despite their diversity, there is something in common for many residents. They're on low incomes, with some below the poverty line or heading there as the cost of living surges in Sydney. But when measured their well-being, we find that there's a great value in their lives. The social impact assessment of the sale of Millers Point public housing made it clear the connectedness of the community was key to the residents' health and well-being. People's right to shelter is enshrined in the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, but what of the right to a diverse community? Gentrification outprices essential workers like nurses, teachers, fireys and public servants from locations close to employment and creates homogenisation of place. When government's focus is on the economic rating of the state, it ignores or at least limits its assessment and respect for the real values of civil society. People value their connections and relationships in communities. A sense of self-confidence comes from the security of affordable housing and community. In Millers Point, residents drew strength from that community. The New South Wales Government must get real about the assets and values it's destroying in its pursuit for the economic dream. They are creating nightmares for many vulnerable people as they rip the security and sense of belonging from underneath them. It's not just about their home. The social fabric that defines and supports them is being taken away. The tragic situation in Millers Point is made worse by this government not having the decency to ensure that this extraordinary heritage significance is protected as it flogs off heritage-listed homes. At least when the ALP sold or imposed 99-year leases, it protected the heritage. But Housing New South Wales' own guidelines in 2007 warned against gentrification in the area, stating that public ownership and management of the area is the best mechanism for retaining the appropriate social and physical heritage of the area and individual properties. It also stated that the remaining long-term Millers Point community is a significant element in the unity of Millers Point as a place of state heritage significance. But this government refused to heed the social impact assessment recommendations to ensure tenants with a strong connection to the area could stay, a shocking indication of the lack of responsibility to the community of Millers and Dawes Point, which other communities are facing, with Ivanhoe and Waterloo undergoing redevelopment. Our cities, suburbs and towns need more housing, and our communities need to accommodate more people, but we need to do this right. Not by undermining the well-being and character of the existing community, and not by driving people out through unaffordability and gentrification. I say to the Baird government on behalf of many people in New South Wales, stop. You are going the wrong way on this issue. Housing is more than infrastructure and jobs. It's about community and people. You risk wiping out communities of great value. When it's impossible for the elderly, essential workers, single parents, young people, people with a disability and Aboriginal people to live in our groovy places, we lose our communities. To allow gentrification to take over and define our cities is a grave mistake that cannot be undone. Redeveloping social housing estates to establish a 70-30 private versus affordable housing mix is not a good deal. The Labor government did the same in Minto, Chester Hill and Ingleburn. In this time of housing crisis and mass sell-off of public land to private developers who enjoy the highest return of any industry, we should be getting at least a 50-50 private versus affordable housing deal for the people of New South Wales. This government has a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to greatly increase social and affordable housing and give the people of New South Wales a good deal for the redevelopment of public land. But does it have the courage?
The Honourable Sarah Mitchell.